the day. It has been a week, and I said I'd give it a week to see if it starts. Here's what I've been up to this last week. I did a water pump. I need you to come off. Come off! Oh yeah, you're in my world now. This is the longest turning bolt in the history of bolts. The light is blinding me. Take this off with a wrench. There's no way it's in there that tight. There's no possible way. How am I gonna get to that? Dumb. Take that off. Oh, and then I'm gonna have another, yep. Sure enough. Stupid. I also did an oil pan gasket, looked in the oil pan for debris, and also checked the crank just to see how it looked inside. Here is the oil pan, just sludgy. There's no material in it. This is the interior of the engine. Overall, looks fantastic, to be honest. And there's a little bit of cross hatching. So trying to peek into the camshaft. Can't really. You can see my new engine mounts. I got those put in. That was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Just got done changing the oil pan gasket and engine mounts. Been a long day. I had to do the exhaust manifolds, had these funky wires on them. It's not absolutely clear to me what... It's not too clear to me what these things are. It looks like these pipe ran from this end and connected to the middle, but homie has just taken some fence screws and filled in the holes. So I'm gonna zip these off and fill in the holes with some welds. I put plugs and wires on, and I did just a quick run through of how to do that. I'll show you here. 84.45 gap. You have been gapped. Antices. Install. Time to put the distributor cap back on. Seems like traditionally this battery terminal hangs off the driver's side. With that in mind, we're going to count this terminal as number 1, and it's at top dead center on 1, so I need it to line up. Just make a little grease mark right about there, and I want it a little advanced because this is at top dead center, and I want it like at, I think it's 6 or 8 degrees. To advance it, because this turns clockwise, I would turn the cap counterclockwise to advance it. Now I just gotta do all that and try to fit it in here. Now let's run through spark plug wires. So in one of these last videos, talked a little bit about firing order. And if you're new to this and you want your mind to be blown, the firing order, it's found cast into the intake. Let me show you. The firing order of this vehicle is found right down here. You can see 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2. So I, according to the little numbers, this is my first cylinder. So I will go 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2. And that is how you wire the car and make it pretty. But I mean, there's pine needles on this one. So new water pump. Then you put one back on the stripe, clear over there, and maybe lock it up. Any moment you can admit that the number thing on the intake blew your mind, because when I found that out, it blew my mind. I got through the wires and the electric fan, and I've noticed that the electric fan relay has completely been deleted on this. I thought, okay, had a blown head gasket, so it must have overheated or they're just worn out. I replaced the water pump because it was leaking. I then was checking the fan. It's kind of dirty, so I blew it out and got it to rotate. There's still some gravel down below. Then I followed the wiring, and this is what I found. Somebody doesn't know what they're doing, and so they've cut and spliced some wires together. Here is what I'm asking you to do. If you have an urge to like cut into some wires and you don't know what you're doing, walk into the bathroom, look yourself right in the eye, and punch yourself in the throat. Because this is a headache for everybody. And if your friend starts doing it, just punch him right in the throat. I filled it full of oil. Ding! Pretty awesome to have valve cover without a fill hole. Drink up, little one. Gulp, 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 gulp. 5 quarts seems like a lot all of a sudden. I filled it full of coolant. Oh, geez. Why would that be doing that? I don't have one. This will only take 500 years. 'Cause I'm a genius. I just stared at it. Stared at the light. Good. It was good for me. It's gonna take a bit. I rebuilt the steering wheel and got it put in. Pretty excited. Just got the steering wheel put together. This is what a steering wheel should look like. Pumped up the tires, bought a battery for it. I followed Vice Grip Garage's advice, got one with the go handle. So now it's about time to get it started, to see if it starts or turns over at least. And plug the battery in, see if it burns down. Got to get it out of here first. I have to make sure my baby's safe from fire. Here's what we've all been waiting for, to see if it starts. Oh my gosh. How am I gonna get that in there? All the better. Now, let's fill it up. Now to hook up the negative side. Wait, I bought a fire extinguisher because I decided to be a grown up. I went to pull it. Okay, that's a just in caser. Pull the pin. Don't shoot my face. Okay. All right, here goes something. Smelling for fumes and flames. Nothing has started on fire just yet. Wires are not hot. Let's see if it runs. I think it even cranks. Oh, I'm excited. I'm also nervous. Maybe it won't even crank. Oh, the air is on. I don't want the air on. Air off. Feet up in case it runs me over. It freaking turns over. Let's try this. Engine starting fluid. Oh, it's already shooting gas. I do not need this. It's already shooting gas. What? So don't use that or it'll blow up. Oh, maybe my timing is really off. Feels like it wants to run, doesn't it? There is so much fuel in there, though. This little guy has none. That little piggy did not go to the market. Ooh. It's only doing it out of that one, but also all the vacuum lines are not on that one. What am I missing? Try again. It's probably bad gas. Why don't you guess it's bad gas? It smells awful. Oh, shoot. So it has spark because it was on fire. So there's fuel and there's spark. Read my oil pressure gauge. Looks like there's some oil pressure. Just kidding, I don't have a gauge. Oh, you know, well, we have spark because it's sparking. Well, I mean, it's catching on fire. Oh, doesn't matter, huh? Okay, so it doesn't matter. So I think it could just be filling with fuel. Ooh, we had it going. One step closer. That's a positive. Man, I would doubt it is that far in advance. It seems like right there would be perfect. We'll give it the bee's knees and then well, gave her the beans and the beans did not give back. So is it my distributor? Just getting too dark. If top dead center's there, and then I want to time it. Sounds like we have ignition. Sounds like we have fuel. So it's just got to be timing. Seems like we had most success right there. I'm glad I got rid of that wing. It was ugly. So that's all just a timing issue. All right, well, I have hope it's going to run though. I think that's a reasonable hope. It sounds like it's going to be reasonably soon. Admittedly, I think I got overconfident in that. Dag nabbit. Will it run is the wrong question. Did it run is the right question. And not yet is the answer. It did not run yet. I would kind of like to have an oil pressure gauge and a tack. Those should be here in a week. And I got to learn about these injectors because the one on the driver's side was spraying thick like a water gun. The one on the passenger side I couldn't see. Got to check that. Probably give it one more swing, but I really want to get back into this because it's almost paint season and I got to get this running because I'm having, obviously if I'm buying extra cars, I'm having like Corvette withdrawals. Positives. Positives are, it's got a lot of fresh parts on it. It popped a couple times, started on fire once. That's positive, means it has spark. So I don't know if it's the cap and rotor. I didn't sand them, so I don't know if that's the problem. Sounds like it's getting spark. Man, this car's cool. What cool cars. This is fantastic. This next weekend, I'm gonna start throwing wrenches around on something. So I'm pretty excited. Another positive, tire is holding air. It was completely flat and off the rim. Looks like it has a giant hole in the sidewall. Burst any moment. A lot of positives. Got to keep going at it. Got to learn a little bit about the injectors. And what more can you do? It's all a party. I do want to drive one of them soon because I need that. Obviously, I have an addiction. It's cool. I'm fighting it. Can fit one more right over there. Wrap it up for this week. Will it run? Yes. Did it run? No. But it cranked. And that's awesome.